Yeah, that smell a little bit familiar, but yeah, that's gonna get it. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Boy, it's been hot as hell these last few days. It's good to be back. Let's get into it. Let's go. All right, we got something from Banana Republic today. Yeah. Now, most of you may know this company, maybe for some sweaters. Maybe picked up some trousers and whatnot. These guys got into making some fragrances that are not that bad and maybe noteworthy to some. Today, I'm gonna chat with you about Black Walnut Legend by Banana Republic. All right. Before I get into the presentation, go ahead and tap that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So you know when I'm dropping some new content. All right, guys, I picked up this one on a humbug. Not too much thought went into this one. I was at the rack stores, scouring their fragrance out, a while back. Matter of fact, this is one of the first rack store pickups I had done in a long time. I like the name of this fragrance, and because, I'm really into these woody type fragrances, Now, normally I would have pulled out my phone, looked up some description of this fragrance, so I knew I was getting myself into. But, I didn't, okay? I just went ahead and made the purchase. Now let's talk about what I got, all right? Now, this reminds me of an old school inkwell with a large, feather quill, All right, it reminds me of one of those, and I like the presentation so much, I leave it out on my desk as a paperweight. Also, I just like the look of it, you know what I'm saying? So as far as this presentation, this is a clear glass bottle with a, squared off design. What I like about this bottle is that it's wider than it is tall. But at the base, it has these rounded off corners. The liquid is light purplish hue or a lavender hue or something like that. Then it has this rounded off caps, that makes it pretty easy to grip when taking it off. Okay, the bottle itself says Black Walnut Legend, the slim font, and the brand Banana Republic underneath. Now let's flip this bottle over and let's see what we got on the other side. All right, not much to see on the bottom, just the bottom of the bottle, just a small clear sticker with some fragrance info. It's really small and not really too important at all, don't even worry about it. All right, so taking a look at this cap. So this thing is light as a feather. I mean, at least it looks pretty good. Matte black with a pretty convincing leather insert at the top. It has a nice texture. I like it. All right, nothing else to talk about here. Clicks nicely into place. So let's take a look at this atomizer. It's plastic, it's dark gray, very simple look. Atomizer gets the job done. Great projection, nice spray pattern, fanned out and wide. Yes, please. The liquid inside does come across in a certain lighting as a faint lavender, but it's actually closer to a transparent denim blue. But enough about the looks, let's talk about how it smells. Let's go. So the note breakdown. Now, off top, this is gonna remind you of Aventus, and this is a quick lesson on how you can arrive at something similar, though you took a different route, okay? Well, when it comes to ingredients, at least, okay? In the top, you have bergamot, black pepper, and kumquat. Off top, kumquat is something that you hear often at all, if ever. In the mids, you have some incense notes along with a floral called cyclamen and a more familiar geranium. In the base, you have notes of black leather, musk, skin scent, and our favorite patchouli. So the first whiff in the air, you're gonna smell bergamot. A sweeter, citrusy green note. It's very bright and uplifting, and I think most will find it pleasing. Now I'm not familiar at all with kumquat. I don't know anything about if this is playing a role or not in the opening, but I think it's maybe playing a sweeter part up of the pineapple, not so much the tartness. I think they really paid attention to this part of the fragrance because they know that this is, one of the things most sought out in Aventus. Now, in the mids, as soon as the sweet citrus green top notes fall away, this goes right into something that's much closer to Aventus in its composition. I mean, I know I just went through all of those middle notes and the base notes. That's because that's what they got listed. But let me tell you what all of those notes actually come together to smell like, okay? Woods. I'm not really smelling any incense or cyclamen or geranium. Almost no florals will be spoke of. And if they are, they miss me. Or I guess I miss them. I smell cedar and light woods, maybe hint of smoke and vetiver. with some dry patchouli starting to come through. Now, in the dry down still about the woods and some leather and some patchouli. There may be some musk there, but it's one of those scents that really is similar to the way your body naturally smells. And by this point, most of the elements to make up the bulk of this fragrance have they've faded away. You know, I sprayed this one day and I kind of forgot about it, but my spray routine usually places fragrances in such a way that, you know, if I turn my head, you know, or move my body in a certain way while it can kind of flow back through the same path. You know, for example, if I spray it here on my wrist or something like that, or the crooks of my elbow, you know, I get a whiff. Like if I take a sip of drink or something like that, or let's say I have some behind my ears and I turn my head, you know, and I'm going back through the same position, I'm getting a little sea eyes. Now, with that being said, I got a whiff of this one day. And the first thing I thought before I could even remember what I had sprayed on was woods. Now, this is notable because I thought of a specific type of woods. You know, I thought dark woods, black walnut seems very fitting for this fragrance, you know, and I'm a fan. Now, that was a dry down. And that was, you know, in the first few hours of wearing this. I don't think this one lasted too much longer than that. So yeah, so let's talk about that performance. Now, I want to explain this in a particular way so I give you a fair consideration so you know what you're getting yourself into. This fragrance is not the best performer by any metric, certainly not in longevity, projection, or CIs, maybe even lacking in overall quality. Yeah, I know, and that makes this one certainly sound like a dud. Let me go over the numbers, then I'll tell you why this is still something to consider. Maybe. All right, so for hours on skin, I'm thinking around 2 or 3 hour mark. At least that's where it's still perceptible and I'm not like, you know, pressing my wrist to my nose to find like the faintest hint of it. I'm talking about actually at normal distance, trying to get a general whiff, 2 to 3 hours. Longevity on clothes. Somehow I don't think this helps if you spray it on your clothes. I mean, and if it usually does, but with this one, you might get an extra 15 minutes. Who knows? Projection. As far as projection for the majority of this fragrance, we're talking about maybe 6 to 8 inches off your skin, almost a skin scent the entire time. More of an up close and personal type fragrance, you know? The sillage isn't major, but it does smell quite nice. As I said before, spraying this on the back of my hand, taking sips of my coffee, I can smell the scent quite well and it's pretty nice. It sits out on my desk all the time just because I like the aesthetics. And it is something, you know, light and easy to wear, so I get some mini sillage from this often. But for you, you're out in public with this one. You know, you're probably not going to have a lot of sillage to speak of. Now, I guess you could go heavy-handed with this one and see how it does for you. Now, this is the part where I want to tell you how this may be something that may work for you nonetheless, okay? So as an Aventus leaning fragrance, you can absolutely wear this whenever you would like. Has a pleasant opening. It's easy to wear casually or otherwise. This is a lighter and it's not a strong projector. This is a go-to-work scent. Doesn't overdo it. But if you pass by someone or, you know, reach for some printer paper or something like that on the top shelf, you know, for so-and-so, they're gonna smell you. Or if you're leaving the parking garage, getting on the elevator, they're gonna smell you. And guess what? You smell good. You didn't overdo it. You smell a little fresh from the bergamot, solid and grounded from the woods. To me, that will come across as calm and confident, okay? This is a great after gym scent, and you just hopefully took a shower before you spray this on, okay? Because this already has musk in it. No need to add to it. Anyways, light but clean, masculine appeal. This is for the moments when you're being a bit more casual leaning. You know, it just smells like jeans and a t-shirt or shorts and a t-shirt. Right now, it's hot right now. Sheesh. Summer, spring, maybe most of fall. I don't think this bad boy has enough gas for the winter. Who's this for? This is for anyone, unless you're looking for a beast of a scent, strong projection, etc. the works. this may not be your cup of tea. I think this is a simple formulation and an easy way to get into a Aventus type fragrance. But I do also think this has carved out its own little trail. All things considered, when I bought this blind, all right? When I first sprayed it, I was disappointed that it was Aventus leaning. At the time, I did not want another Aventus, okay? I already had enough. The performance was lackluster, but that's only part of it because I really bought this because, you know, I was at the rag store and it was easy to buy because it was only 20. A quick little dubski and I was out of there, you know. So regardless, I was gonna be fine. It wasn't like I'm gonna have to start eating peanuts because I bought this fragrance, you know. If you go into one of these stores, you're going to be able to find this around the same price. So if you're ever in there and you watch this review, you know what you're getting yourself into. Spend those coins with care, my friends, all right? So where can you buy this? You can get this online, pay shipping, etc. And I understand some of you may not have access to TJ Maxx down the street. I get it. Just wherever you get this from, I'm going to recommend you not spend more than $25 for this. The reason is because once you go over that number, the amount of options that open up to you at a much higher quality is just, watch one of my other videos that may be a better choice for your coinage, okay? Should you blind buy this? Oh, well, this is simple. It comes down to whether or not you watched this video and understood the intricacies of this particular fragrance, the nuance, if you will. This fragrance is it's decent, but not great, but it will do what you're looking for if what you're looking for matches up with what it does. Smells good, and at 20, I'm gonna scrape by and say yes, it's worth it. Give this a chance, and maybe everything that I'm bringing you on the channel may not be your cup of tea, or maybe it's right up your alley, who knows? I just want you to leave a little entertained, a lot more informed, grooming well, and maybe, knowing yourself a little bit better. And if you're new here, or if you've been here since I started a few months ago and you're coming back to check out what I'm doing next, I appreciate you. And to all of you who leave comments and have encouraging things to say about the channel, or you just want to tell me about your scent of the day or experience with a fragrance, I appreciate it all. Keep coming back, share with your friends, click one of these videos up here, all right? Click subscribe, hit the bell, come back in here ASAP. We'll keep the ball rolling. Dooskies. Yeah, that smells a little bit familiar, but yeah, that's gonna get it. Yeah.